welcome to the PattyLynn Show. This is our February edition where we will be hearing some practical skills for positive living. Yeah. And our topic is friends. So very general, but we're going to narrow that down a little bit. And we're going to also get some party tips. Yay. So I want to shout out to Dawn Renee for our bling here. Yes. She gave us these necklaces and we both ended up wearing them. So shout out to a little dash of diva and our own Dawn Renee. Yay. I'm PattyLynn and this is Myhriah. And we are here with Gals and just love bringing you these shows. Yes. So thank you for tuning in. And before we get started here, we're going to talk about a few conversational starters.
Perfect.
All right. This is easy. An easy one. Sometimes these are not easy. What's your most favorite pair of shoes you've ever owned? Ooh. Most favorite pair of shoes?
I guess they would be my favorite in that I actually got them fixed. I had a pair of silver boots that I loved and they were cheap. But I did get them fixed, and there were actually women asking the guy, the cobbler, where those shoes came from, and they wanted them. And I was like, "These are a good pair of boots."
So silver, like this kind of silver.
It was kind of a shiny silver back before boots had color. You know, for a while there, they were all the same color, and these ones just happened to be a beautiful silvery boot. So. Nice. I loved them enough to get them fixed.
Yeah. But you don't still have them.
No, they finally completely came apart.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds great though. You get you some silver boots. That sounds really fun. Them.
Yeah. But they had heels and I can't do heels anymore.
Oh, so. Well, okay. So new pairs. Yeah. New pairs. Yeah. Do you have a favorite pair now that is your go-to pair?
I do love my boots. I got my boots. And I'm actually in the summer I love my jellies that are the glittery jellies.
Cute.
Yeah. They're easy to slip on and flip-flops.
So for me, also boots. So I had a pair of high-heeled purple boots. Yes. And they were on sale at a department store for $6 in my size. And I'm like, this is meant to be. I was on vacation in Arizona. I find the best things I'm shopping on vacation in Arizona. And I'm like, I have to have these. And they're $6 if I wear them once or 3 times, you know? But I wore them all the time. And they had a high heel. Well, you know, it was spiky. So I usually have big, broad heels. But they were comfy. They didn't hurt my toes at all. And they were kind of a little rounded toe. And they were and I got lots of compliments. And I loved them. And finally the purple, because purple vinyl started rubbing off. Pleather, whatever. And I could not save them. And I still wore them sometimes. And then I'm just like, I cannot wear these shabby old adorable things anymore. So I had to get rid
adorable anymore.
No, I tried. And I thought, can I paint them? Right? What can I do? Can I fix them? Right. I think when you go to, can I fix these shoes? You know.
They're your faves.
So I've never been able to replace them. I bought a pair of maroon boots and it was not the same. Yeah. And then I bought a pair of definite purple rubber galoshes, like rubber rain boots. Mm-hmm. And I've actually worn those with dresses just because I'm like, it's my purple boots, but they're not. But they're not. So I miss them. But what are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
I also had a cheap pair of see-through plastic slides. Ooh. And they had a cute little heel and they were just like plastic. Like Barbie shoes.
I kind of remember the plastic time.
I love them. And I just bought them at Walmart or something. I used to find, so cheap, but I wore them till again, they were like wearing out. And I'm like, oh, I miss them. Yes. I like them. Yes. So those favorite shoes. So tell us.
Well worn.
What's your most favorite pair of shoes you've ever owned?
Yes. We would love to hear.
Okay, one more question here.
What do we got?
Okay, this is more serious.
Oh, okay.
Would you want to be a friend let me start over. Would you want a friend to be honest with you, even if it meant hurting your feelings?
Yes.
Yes.
I was just talking about this with somebody recently, and I was saying I'm at the point in my life where I would rather know what you feel and think about me, or if I've hurt you or whatever, than not.
And the key words here is friend.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
I think that I don't want anyone who is unfriendly to me to come up and vomit their honesty on me in an unfriendly, not best for me way.
Yeah.
But if it's my friend, please tell me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Criticize. I take your criticism because it's from a place of love. You want to see growth in that person. I want to know if I hurt someone or if I'm doing something annoying or
well, and I think it goes to what we've talked about so many times in gals, that we are going to trust that if someone is talking about me behind my back, it's either going to be awesome. They're
awesome. You are awesome.
It is going to be a praise conversation, or solutions based, and they're talking because they know this person is safe for them to go chat with about how to approach me about something that they need to talk about.
Right.
So that for me is huge.
Right. Help me with this. Help me with our friend here.
Yeah.
PattyLynn is never on time. I am on time, but let's see. That's a family thing.
Yeah.
We had family. I have a problem with time. So let's say PattyLynn's never on time, but we're not just gossiping about her. Like, how can we help her? What can we do? Have you talked to her yet? Should we talk to her? Should we just let it go? She's going to come in 5 minutes.
Right.
I'm not that late.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, solution based. So yeah, honesty, it might hurt my feelings, but I know that you love me and you're helping me in life. And I do not want to be, proud in any way that I don't have problems. I sure know that I do.
Yeah.
So I can hear it.
That's like the perfect question for our topic today.
It is, because we're talking about why we need friends.
Yeah.
Why do we need friends? And we do need them. So I'm going on that presupposition that we need friends.
We do. Yeah.
That we are living here on this earth in community, created to have relationship. And we need friends.
Yes, I agree.
And sometimes our family is our friend. And when that works out, that can be beautiful.
Yeah.
And sometimes our family's not those best friends.
No.
And then you need to find some.
Yeah. And I think even if you do have great friendships with your family, it's still good to have good friends. I think we need those.
And maybe one of these days we'll talk about spouses. But I would say Ken is my best friend.
Yeah.
But he is not my only best friend.
Right.
And for me to put on, you're my best friend, and you have to hear all my words. And you have to, there's times he has to hear all my words, but I have other friends that I come to with my words and my problems and my situations. I might have also gone to Ken, but maybe not. Maybe there's things that someone else is better suited for. It's a lot for one person to carry as a spouse. And if there are, the thing about girlfriends, this is a very special relationship. Yeah, to have these gals in our life, and that's kind of one of the purposes of gals, is not only having fun socializing, but having a deeper support, friendship,
connection, community.
So we need friends for socializing, our social aspect. We need friends for that connection.
Doing fun things together.
And then camaraderie, that I know where you've been. And that's why we share some of our stories. Is because, first of all, I don't ever want to seem like I know it all.
No.
Because I don't.
Never.
or that I've acquired a higher plane of existence here. But no, we're going through it and we're learning, and I want to share my successes. I want to hear your successes. I share my failures, and you can share your failures with me. That we're just in this life together, and it's just sweeter with friendships, with the support. And so I heard someone say, was it you? Be careful how you use the word best friend.
Yes.
I use it a lot because I have been blessed with a lot of best friends. And so I wouldn't, you're my number one best friend. And then you're my number 3 best friend.
We're not like
you're actually my number 7 best friend. You were not in grade school. You were my best friend, but now you're my 2 best friend. But that, I have friends that have made that connection.
Yeah.
that know me deeply,
Mm-hmm.
love me anyway,
Yes.
and are committed to me
Yes.
to encourage and support and be there.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a best friend is. Did I leave anything out?
Well, I think it's important too with what you're saying is that there are different friends for different things too. You know, we tend to think that this one best friend is going to be good for every situation in life. And I don't think that's true. Like, I have learned that I also need really good entrepreneurial friends, for example, because, you know, my best friend, which I do actually, me personally, I use that very lightly, just due to some stuff I've been through. But for her to have to hear over and over and over again all the things that I'm doing entrepreneurially, honestly, I think I wore her out. Yeah. And not that she doesn't want to support me, not that she doesn't want to hear, but it helped me to learn, like, oh, okay, having that support system and a group of friends that is entrepreneurial is actually a good thing, because they also understand. Like, sometimes you get into the nitty-gritty of tech and all these different things, and it's like, whoosh, you can see your friends gloss over.
Well, and I like how you put that, because that's kind of what I was saying, like, about the husband, right?
Yeah.
Is that there's topics that he'll listen to.
Yes.
But he might not be the best to, say, menopause.
Yeah.
Or being a woman making a career change. You know, he's good to talk to, but who might also know about, you know, this situation that speaks more to it. And
yeah, they don't mind talking and supporting us, but it's nice if they don't have to be like the only one that you talk to about this all the time. Because let's face it, we women need to talk a lot more than guys do anyways.
We have so many words.
Yeah. And they're like, you know, I could be like, oh, we need to talk more. And my husband's like, we talk all the time. I'm like, no, we need to talk more. And he's like, what? Deer in headlights. We talk all the time.
But we just talked.
Yeah.
We're talking now.
Yeah.
What do you mean we need to talk?
Yeah.
Or it's like, we need to talk. Okay. What's it about? No, I just mean chit chat. Just like words.
Yeah. We should have a discussion. Just talk.
I don't mean like not serious talk.
Yeah.
Just talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely, it's a different kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should have many different types of relationships.
Yes. And I've actually done a PattyLynn show somewhere in the archives about, you know, acquaintances and casual friends and friends during the season and then lifelong friends. And, you know, so I think that this one, when we're just talking about, we need friends. So let's move on to the how do we make friends. So some of my friends have just happened naturally. And I think a lot of that is you're in the same footprint of life.
Right.
So you're at the soccer field at the same time every Wednesday and Saturday. You can make friends, right? You are going to the same church, or you're in a Bible study or a book club or a PTA. And so a friendship forms. Yeah. Having similar interests, similar schedules.
Just makes it easy.
But what about when you want to go out of your way to make a friend? So those are kind of ones that happen easily. Have you had times in your life when you went out of your way to make a friend?
Right now.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
That's all I'm doing is trying to find ways to make friends. Because, yeah, we don't have that natural, you know, we don't have kids that are little. We're not going to sports. We're not doing, you know, so, you know, learning that, like you said, similar interests is a great way. You know,
mountain biking.
Yes, that has been a great way to meet some people.
Crafting.
Yep.
Hobby.
I like to give gifts. That has helped because I just like to give gifts, and people like to receive gifts, especially unexpectedly.
Yeah, sweet.
But there's still plenty of work to be done with that. And I'm learning. It's a whole new thing.
It is. And you know, you'd think, well, don't I have it figured out by now? No, because it changes and you change. And I think it's always like, got to make friends.
Yeah. And I think what you said about seasons is true. It's so true.
Well, you had a big move, but even then becoming an empty nester, or your kids, because your kids all graduate from high school.
Yeah.
What happened to all your kids' friends' parents? We used to hang out with.
Right.
We used to hang out with our kids' friends' parents.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And now what's holding our friendship together? So how do we keep that friendship? If it's a friendship that was for a season, maybe we just like, oh, whenever you see them, you can catch up.
Yeah.
But if you want to maintain that friendship, then have them over for dinner. It doesn't have to be at your house. You can say, hey, do you guys want to go down to the cafe? I don't know. Where do we go?
Yeah. Go get coffee, go get dinner.
Go get coffee, or catch up for dinner. Have a double date.
Yeah. We do
I like that.
Go play pickleball.
I want to do pickleball.
Yeah, it's so fun. You should.
Is it seasonal? Do I have to wait now to summer?
Oh, you definitely don't want snow or too much wind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So local friends, if you know how I get involved in pickleball leagues, let me know.
Yes.
I think I'm going to be a pickleballer.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun.
Yeah. So one thing I've always thought is that I would want to be friends with my neighbors. And I've just, I think, been busy and not done much to make those friendships or grow them. So we know the names of our neighbors. We say hi. We come over and talk about each other's gardens or dogs.
Yeah.
I do have one neighbor that's a bestie, but
nice.
Yeah, which is nice to have one. But then the other houses kind of had people move in and out, and the back lot over here sold. And neighborhood gossip is they're putting in like 7 houses or something. And I'm just like a little heartbroken that all these houses are moving in right by my house, right? But I just have to keep thinking this is an opportunity for friends.
Yeah.
So that's the positive spin.
Yeah.
And
I think
my urban expansion.
Yeah. I think what we're seeing here too, just with everything we're talking about, making friends takes intentionality. Big time.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's easy to let it not happen. It's actually easier not to let friendships happen than it is to make them happen.
And then the people that you do, run into and normally rub shoulders with, how do you go deeper?
Yeah.
So I had a friend who really liked the lady at the grocery store that checked out her groceries. It was someone the same age. And she's like, I really like her. So we're going to go catch dinner. And I'm like, wow, that's out of the box, right?
Yeah.
I would never think of that. I should.
Yeah.
I should think of it. But I'm like, yeah, you've shared enough of your life that you kind of know each other, like acquaintance level.
Yeah.
And now what do you do to deepen it? How do you grow a friendship? You gotta get together. You gotta talk.
Yeah.
You gotta share. You gotta do a fun activity. Often helps instead of just sitting and staring at each other like, let's go get coffee. What are we going to talk about? But, even then you can go out with someone you don't know. Think of those dating days. You think of some conversations. What are we going to talk about? What do we, So even in building friendships, but, I'm going to ask her. She had mentioned something about her hobby, canning or something. I want to know more about canning, or I'm starting to do something. I'm going to say, hey, do you want to, painting or whatever so share parts of your life. And
yes.
And not every friendship will take or grow to a deeper level, but it still is good to get to know people.
Yeah. Yeah. Putting it out there. It's hard because you always risk rejection. But when they do take, it's worth it because then you get these. I just feel like the friendships that I've been able to create and my new neighbors, stuff like that, have been so deep and beautiful and worth it.
Well, everyone wins, right? We benefit from getting to know new friends. They benefit from getting to know us. We have someone that we're sharing our burdens, experiences and fun, but also burdens, maybe get tips. Like, what did you do when you were potty training your son or your children? Let's talk about this empty nester situation.
Right.
How's that going?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's great things.
There is great things. And, I think a lot of times neighborhood, is a good place. Hobbies, work, work from home has taken that away a little bit, but your work friends, can you deepen those friendships? Do you want to?
Yeah.
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 And then Gals was created to deepen friendships.
Yes.
So if you are in our local neighborhood, here's a little plug. Of course, from our Facebook page and other things that we do our quarterly or get-togethers, and we would love to do that. So you would be getting to know not only the leaders and directors, but also lots of other gals.
Yeah, and we have so many things going on. We're back to social hours that are together. We're starting to have those in different areas,
and
like Utah.
So new chapters. So if you're not, that's what I was gonna say. If you're not living in this area, if you're living in Utah,
or some of our other new places that we'll have soon.
But yes, but wherever you are, get together with gals and have your events, and we're talking more about that. It's so exciting. Yes. So I love how gals can be a part of that, because it really is a need, and let's do something positive.
Yes. Make some friends, get together with some great ladies. Love it. All right. So do we have a party tip? We do. Yay.
So this is the part of the show where we talk about party tips with PattyLynn.
Yes.
That's me. Okay. So these party tips is how to host. So it goes right with making friends. And so basically invite people over and then repeat.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry about perfection.
So we're not going to worry about perfection or having it too clean.
Yeah.
Myhriah, sweet lady, walked in my house and said, "Your house is always so clean." I said, "Yeah, I clean it right before you come." Of course it is. Of course, I knew you were coming. Just pop by sometime and you might be surprised at the pile of dishes on that counter. But so if someone's coming over, and I love to have people over. We used to have a Bible study at our house every Wednesday. And I loved it because I would clean the house. For my guests, and it's a good excuse, and there's a great reason, and I'm happy to do it. My friends are coming over, right? So but don't worry about it being too perfect.
No.
Like even today, I'm like, okay, I did the dishes, but one of these days we need to wipe all the door fronts and get the glass cleaner and clean the upper cabinets, and or not, because one of these days I will.
Yeah.
Wasn't today.
No. And I never notice any of that stuff.
No, people don't. And people don't.
No.
So if you're going to invite, just pick a day and time, Friday night, pizza at my house,
Yeah.
Sunday after church, Saturday after the game, or for the game, come watch the big game, something like that. So who are you going to do, when you're going to do it, where's it going to be? You don't have to have it at your house.
No.
If it's a nice weather, you can say, "Hey, let's go down to the park. I'll get there early and get that picnic table. Do you want to join us?" And, whatever. It can be at a restaurant.
Your apartment.
Let's go to the
clubhouse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a.
Or neighborhood. A lot of neighborhoods have them now. Clubhouses. Yeah. It's great.
I've always wanted to do. You have to get a permit for this, but have a block party.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
And obviously I haven't. I've lived here almost 20 years. I've never done it. But I'm just telling you, I don't know my neighbors very well. But in my mind, that the people who have block parties are super cool.
Yeah.
So apparently you have to get a permit, and you block off the street, and everyone comes and has a barbecue in their yard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it doesn't have to be at your house, but also think, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Just do it. You've already got a couch to sit on, a table, and
just do it.
Yeah. Just pick up, have your friends over, eat and talk. You might have an activity to do. So if you're having people over, and so a bonfire in the backyard for making s'mores. I mean, it can be simple, right?
Yes.
Or a put it together dinner, like a taco bar where, you're putting it together all together. I like a potluck. Everyone brings something. It helps with people with allergies, because if they can't eat what you've got, they've brought something they can eat. Right.
Yep.
So,
And you gave great tips last month on all of that.
Yes.
So make sure you see that if you want further ideas.
Yes. All my shows are linked to the YouTube now. It's very fun.
Yes.
But I have a knitting group. So, come to my house and knit. I'll have a fire in the fireplace and a little bit of charcuterie, right? Decorating cookies together for the season or whatever. So food can be easy. And then so just invite, host, repeat.
Yes.
Afterwards, it's nice to send a little text if you want to build that friendship, something like, hey, I liked how you talked about that. Maybe have a follow-up question. It shows you were listening, and then plan another get together in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get together. Now, they may or may not reciprocate.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 50s of dinner parties, my mom was hosting dinner parties. If you went to a party, then you had to then reciprocate and have a party.
Oh.
But not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. No.
So
they might not. And make it easy. So always in your pantry, have paper plates, have chips and dip in there. Keep frozen cookie dough in the freezer. So have things that make it easy for hosting and being spontaneous. Bag of meatballs in the.
Like you could do an entire episode just on that. Quick tips.
I will.
Yeah, good stuff.
Absolutely. Tune in next month when I say how to have a quick tips.
Yes. Heck yes.
Yeah. But, I just hope that you've heard some encouragement for building your friendship and that sense of community and times of fun.
Yeah. I love it.
Yep.
All right. Make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe.
Yes. We definitely need to dance.
We need to dance.
Yeah, last time I was do.
Yes.
Thank you. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.